Hello, everyone. This is Ahmed Mahmoud from DataMindAI, and this session is part of AI Ready, Business Ready, Decision Ready series. And this is the third demo on AI Ready. Last time, or the previous session or the previous demo, it was mainly to do with data quality and reliability. And in that demo, we saw that how we can create data contract, how validation using the great expectation. And then we saw also quality gates and monitoring. In a nutshell, what we've done last time was like we saw the medallion architecture and how we use this great expectation on the data flow within this medallion architecture. Uh, Mainly, when you do like as a good practice, what we do as the data engineers is like we create like a medallion architecture where we bring source data into a landing zone, and then from there to the bronze, and then from the bronze we take it to the silver, and then so gold. So as the data moves, we put like some validation in the data in his data movement. And in each of these movements, there will be a gate where we we split the wrong or the bad data from the clean data or the right data, as it were. For example, on the first side, like before we move it to bronze, we need to make sure that the columns are there. There is no like main problems within the data set is solved. So we do like a basic sanity check within the data. And those who have passed those sanity checks, then we move them to the bronze. And those who failed, we quarantine them. We don't need to delete them, of course, because we need to look at those who failed and check further. And then, and also, we need also to do which one we have moved, which one we have put in quarantine, and what process we have followed in the audit side of it. And then, of course, everything should be logged or monitored, what is happening within the system. We do the same thing when we move the data from bronze to silver. And in here, for example, we can do like uniqueness with the primary key. It should be unique when you move it because we don't want problems down the stream. We also remove like duplicates and things like the quality check, as it were. So we are the clean data, the same thing. The clean data, then we move them to the silver, and those who didn't pass, who failed the quality check, we put them in quarantine, and then we, of course, we put in the audit, and then we monitor, of course, whatever you do. And we do the same thing when you go to the gold side. So that is like, in a nutshell, what I was trying to explain last time. And then for the validation, we were looking at how we've done like use great expectation on that side. So we said like it's the mindset when you do great expectation for validation. What we do is like we have we need to have a data source where the data lives, and then which one we are going to validate, like the tables, and then we need to say how we are going to do that bit. We need to have like some kind of definition which we need to follow to slice and select certain part of that table or file. And then because we are going to deal with sessions, we say that we need to have like parameters for the batch, and then there is a list of expectations which you can use. The list of expectation is in the library, great expectation library, and then we can take those which are relevant to our side. So we went through that lot quickly, and then now what I'm going to do is like the one which we haven't done when we were doing the process is like we didn't run each part of it. So I was trying to explain what the code is doing, and I left the running of the code to yourself. So I'm going to do that one today together, just quickly. As you were saying before, we need first to load the data. This is the data, the medallion architecture I was talking about, the load, and then you have the bronze and the silver and the gold. This is the process. So we first we load the data, and as we said before, the data was not the data we were moving was dummy data, and it is not perfect as well. There were some issues within it. That's how I present them, how I created those data files, so that to learn from it. Yeah. So and then you have the data contract where we place like what we want from the data, how we need them to be. We put them as a contract, and then we use the great expectation to validate those rules we place, and then the gate is like the quality gate, which is the failed one. We put them in quarantine, and the one which is clean, we put them in the silver data set. Now, also we saw like we imported a couple of packages or modules from Python, and these are like pathlib, pandas, and numpy. And we went through each of them, of course. I'm not going to go through that one. So in here, for example, what we are doing is like, because we are going to move we are here, for example, we are on the notebook side. So from the notebook, if you want to, for example, to move to look at the data in here, so we need to give Python this pass to move up and then go through data and row, and then go to the customer side. So that's what he's doing here. Say, for example, the path here is just dot means move upward from the current directory. So because we were, as I said before, because we were on the notebook side and we want the data, so we moved up, and then the path is like data, and then the row, which is this is what we are giving the name for the row here. And also we created another row, which is the curated one within the data. This is like, as I say, for medallion architecture, which is row could be bronze, curated means like silver or gold, as it were. So that's like we are emulating that kind of structure. So what we've done is like, of course, as you can see here, this is the path. We are not creating them, just we are saying this is the path we are going to use. So we are going to read from that path which we created, this CSV, because what you are going to move was CSV file. So so if you run this code, now everything is just running, and it tells you that this is the path we have created, this data row, and the data curated is the two passes, as you can see here. It has been run successfully, and then we are going to read the customers to the customer side, and then we are going to read the first part of it. So if you run this one as well, which means you have loads of data into the customer orders and events, and we saw the head for each one of them, and this is what the data look like. As you can see, there is some kind of imperfection within it, but the point here is just to run them and see how to check as well. So once you've done that bit, what you can do is like we can go and the contract, data contract we're talking about. So in here we are creating two contract. One is for customer and one is for order. So what you are saying is like the column IDs, email and department, country, created at, all these columns are required for this as a contract for this for customer. And the customer ID should be unique, and it's not null as well. So it's primary key, and we are so we don't expect we don't want like nulls in customer ID department created at. So this also is going to check for this not null and this unique and the required column. For the contract order one, so the required field is going to be order ID, customer ID, amount, currency, and so on. And then order ID is unique, and then we don't want nulls on order ID, customer ID, amount. And then we don't want negative value. for the amount service. So that's what we are doing here. So in this side, we are just putting all the contract together in one place, so that we can move through them when we need them. Yeah. So we just run this one, and as you can see here, we created like a contract for all of them. This is the customer required column, and this is like the order required column, as you can see, and for each of them we have also the unique and the not null, and here the range, which are not negative, is here also. So, and then we installed we need to validate against this one, of course. So what it is like, this is our requirement, and then we will create expectation. They have like a list of expectation to check. For example, they would have like column not unique, not column which is unique. This will be one expectation which is to be validated, and then they might have like one for the non-null as well. So we are going to bring those expectations from there to validate, to use them from the great expectations. But first, though, we need to install great expectation. Is as we said that we went through all this stuff, all this great expectation last time, so I'm not going to go through that one. So we are going to install it, and then we are going to of course for once we've done this bit, we are going to bring we are going to bring great expectations, as it were, and then the expectations, the list of expectations is solved. So this is the two things which we are going to bring, the one we are going to use for validation. So, but before we use it though, what we need to do is like we need to create the engine to help us run the validation, and then we need to say to the great expectation where to find the data source, as it were. So this is the first part, and then what we need to do is like we need to create asset. We have the data source. Now we need to say which table we are interested to validate. In this case, this one is customer and one is order. And then, as we said before, we have the batch definition. In here, because we are bringing the data from the pandas, as you can see there, yeah, the pandas in the data source. The data source is pandas. It's not like SQL or something in this case. So because we are bringing the pandas, so pandas we can only look at the whole data, as we saw it last time, and therefore we just define that bit, and then we give it like a data frame which is customer as a parameter to run. And so when it is run here, in here, as we saw last time, what we are doing is like we created the necessary bit, and then first we are going to put like an array where we are going when everything which is happening within the user validation is going to be listed within the array, and then we will go to that array and see what has happened. Yeah. So let us run this bit. As you can see, all have been run. We appended